Hello and welcome to the VR Master League. Today we have Animal House versus Mob Squad, the final, the last casted match of Season 6. I'm joined here today with my good friend Sleepy. How are you today?
I'm doing really well today, Buxton. Thanks for having me. Yeah, we're looking at a great matchup here tonight between Animal House and Mob Squad. And in fact, the last one, the last cast, Buxton, of Season 6, regular season play.
Indeed it is. I'm very interested in seeing how the following seasons will come up, and I believe something special is happening for the wild card or whatever it's going to call it, because Viper was saying something in the cast he did earlier today with the Radar that they'll be doing something slightly different, I believe. So it'll be very interesting to find out what that actually is in the future.
Yes, that's quite interesting indeed. I did not catch that cast earlier. I was doing some household deeds. But yeah, that sounds great. And I'm interested to hear too, because we've only so far received kind of fairly vague information regarding the whole end of season tournament and standings this year. So everyone just kind of fighting it out and fighting for their chance at prizes unknown.
Maybe they're gonna do something special, who knows. But anyway, going back on to this match, Animal House versus Mob Squad, we do have the bans and the first map ready for everyone here. If we put the bans in now from the first team, Animal House, the home team, we do have a quarantine ban, and for the away team, Mob Squad, we have a tanker ban. Not entirely surprising with either of these bans. Quarantine can be a sore spot for quite a few teams. Tanker, nobody plays tanker. Maybe you do, Sleepy, but no one else does.
Well, we don't get to play it very much. Everyone bans it against us, so you know, tanker is what it is. I mean, it's a fun map, but it's just underappreciated.
Indeed. Now on to the first map pick. It is going to be a very expected, standard, bog standard, bizarre pick. No one's really surprised by this. You aren't, I'm not. No one in chat is surprised by this. It's bizarre. Everyone loves it.
Everyone loves it. Both teams are good at it, so we should be seeing a really nice fight here to start things off in the series. And I'm interested, and I was telling you just before the match started, to see who's getting started on both teams. And man, both teams kind of bringing out their strong players here tonight. The only one I think that I would have anticipated to see that's not here is Will-O-the-Wisp. Otherwise, very solid lineups from both sides.
Indeed. If we head into the gameplay just for a second, we can take a look at who is playing here. See, on the side of Animal House, Green Theft, Box Toys, Enaka, Steven and Silent, they're definitely bringing out some big guns. As you said, I am surprised they're not bringing out Willow. His aggressive moves can be really devastating. We saw it during some earlier matches, like against Stone Cold Killers and Phoenix. He really ripped some shreds against both teams on numerous rounds. So maybe he's busy with work or something along those lines. Now on the side of Mob Squad, our Semper, of course, Captain Smithy, the UK player. I think he works a graveyard shift because it's a very late match. Or rather, the opposite of a day shift. Something. He works something. It's strange. It's very disturbing, the fact that he's up and playing at 2 AM. Then again, who am I to judge Sleepy?
Well, isn't 4Q also a UK native playing for a US team, or does he live in the States and he is just from the UK?
I believe he is also the same kind of situation as Smithy. I believe.
Okay, that's what I thought. I knew that he was definitely, you know, British, because I've heard the accent in the lobbies. But anyways, back to this matchup. Buxton, what are you thinking? I mean, just in the series in general, not this map in particular. What are your thoughts? Not predictions, just thoughts.
Not predictions, indeed. I am kind of thinking here they will have a very close matchup. Maybe one map will be quite one-sided, though I'm not sure who it will be one-sided to. It really depends on the map pick, how these teams are deciding to play today. So honestly, I have no real idea of what we're going to expect here. I did initially think we would have a cargo ban, but obviously, as we've seen, we're not going to get that. So suppose it's just going to be a very close kind of standard matchup with some very close and exciting moments.
Well, we're all going to find out here soon enough as we go in here onto the first round of the first map.
Indeed. Now, on the side of Mob Squad, this center north objective, the Coyote building as the Americans call it, This is a dangerous one to start off with, in my opinion, especially with the spawn that Animal House has on that southeast side. You can really get some moves off immediately into the eastern courtyard. These aggressive smokes already, and Nolomite's aggressive, moving up through the blue room here. He could potentially take off the heads of a few members of Animal House. I'm not sure if you think he will actually go for that, Sleepy, but I think he might if he hears some shots coming out from that.
Yeah, interesting. Smithy coming right up on top of Green Theft's grenade. I think he's thinking of relocating it, possibly. No, he's walking through. Is he going to see Green Theft? No, Green Theft's going to find Smithy instead, and he's going to take the first kill of the round here in the south side of the main bazaar.
That's a pretty vital pick off. The center courtyard defender can always be a really hard one to actually take down. If we quickly take a look at the map here, the layout of the defenders, they're actually surprisingly kind of empty on the western side. I thought they may send someone slightly closer in, like where the man in the west courtyard's position is, but apparently not. They've sent him way round to the far west instead, on a flank perhaps. Maybe we'll see him come in later on.
Yeah, it's a very aggressive defense to the northwest. Meanwhile, action in the east. Nolomite grabs Enacker, or I'm sorry, Nolomite grabs Silent Knight. Enacker going to grab the down on Nolomite. He needs to get the double tap, though. He's left Nolomite up, and Nolomite going to be relaying that information out to his teammates now.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised he didn't go for the revive there. That would be not revive, a confirm there. That would have been a very safe confirm to get. Maybe he thought he had already like popped him off after he died, but maybe he's just really cautious because Steven, I heard him shushing Enacker as he moved up, so possibly they're scared of our Semper moving up here and they're trying to take him off guard before they go for the confirm.
Yeah, the push is hard north for the offense. Marsoc, all four men together. One good nade, though, could have taken down three of them at the moment. That's been changed. Now we have Steven. He's right on top of our Semper. Are they going to meet up?
Oh, apparently not. He's backing off. He threw those smokes. That's really going to spook our Semper. Maybe he's actually going to go and push out here. It does kind of look like that's what he's doing. And he could possibly even take down three if he decides to push through the north side and stay silent. That could be incredibly devastating.
Here comes Semper through the north tunnel.
I can't believe that. The rest of Animal House has no idea he's coming up here. He could take down the entirety of Animal House without them even reacting with it. Here he goes now.
Our Semper.
Oh,
here he comes.
One, two.
Catches one, he's got two.
He's looking for a third. Enacker knows he's there though. No, he's in the smoke. He can't see. He can't see our Semper. So he's going to be looking for the green flag instead. No. The smoke does clear eventually. Enacker takes down Semper, and Stab House, SW House, actually was taken down by Green Theft now. I think this is their push, Sleepy. And with one man left and not rotating back, this is definitely capable.
Yeah, the objective is completely wide open, and their last remaining member plots is well off the objective. Enacker has Tablet out in the back. I think he's rechecking the code. He's checking for how many teammates he's got left. They should be ready to push, but it's not going to matter. Green Theft's going to pick up the kill on plots, and Animal House is going to grab their first win, and a Marsoc win at that.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive. I gotta say, I did not expect Animal House to pull through that with Semper coming around the northern side on a flank. That was pretty unexpected. I seriously thought he'd wipe the whole team from that position, but I guess not. The smoke that Animal House placed to get an offensive push apparently did not work out so well for, well, it did work out rather well for them, actually. It did work out very well. In fact, working out so well that it covered an angle they didn't even have to consider initially. But I think that kind of round there, that was kind of almost one-sided, I'd say, from Animal House. I don't think we'll be seeing that continuously throughout this series. I think Animal House, they're going to be not on this kind of roll for the whole match. Marsgard's certainly going to pick up some of the pace. If Semper had been able to execute off the northern side a little bit better, maybe it would have been a completely different story. You never know.
Yeah, I agree. This series definitely not going to be as one-sided as that round appeared to be. I will agree with that. And I think most of that comes from Mob Squad getting very aggressive there in the northwest with that defender way out on a flank. I think you should have sent a guy there, waited for a few minutes to see if you've seen or heard anything, and then maybe bring that guy back in, especially once guys started to drop from the push coming in on the southeast. You know, that defensive adaptation we talk about all the time, it can be a team killer. And I think that's what happened to Mob Squad here. Their defensive rotation was slow or missing in some cases, and they almost lost the cap there. Marsoc definitely had the opportunity for that on that map.
Yeah, I think the only advantage of that guy going around the far western side there, because he was that far off, there was no enemies near him, he didn't pop off any shots, didn't give away his position and wasn't spotted by anyone. So Animal House, they had no idea where that last guy was, so maybe it worked in their favour having him that far off instead of somewhere in between, close to the objective and super far away, because maybe then they would have known where he was and gone for the cap.
We're so far from over there. I don't think it's a good idea.
That is correct. And here we go. Things have officially kicked off now. Animal House on the defense this round.
Defense they are, though. I gotta say, these are some pretty aggressive moves coming out from our defense up in the northwest side. That is, I believe, Steven, yes. He's waiting. He's in wait for SDB House here. Like prey and a hunter. Though he is in an incredibly open position and most likely will get taken down the second SDB House rounds this corner or Arsemper comes up from his flank. He'll have to be incredibly cautious in any case, especially if he starts to check in other angles. Here goes STB. Doesn't work out. Taken down. Plot also taken down. Greentheft actually in a really aggressive position in the western courtyard. That's actually kind of surprising. I don't really tag him as an aggressive player, but he does get punished, unfortunately.
Yeah, Smithy gonna grab him on that aggression. He got a little too greedy there. I think he even maintained his spot. He probably could have caught Smithy and left things with only 2 being for Mob Squad. Animal House doing a good job shutting down this northwest. Meanwhile, Arsemper and Steven finally see each other and they trade even. Mob Squad now left with 2. Animal House 3.
Having 3 men down in the first minute and a half is definitely not ideal, and possibly they could go down another member as the shots come out from Silent Night over towards the western side there. Looks like may have just been a little bit of a case of mistaken identity of game objects, but it could have been a threat for them either way, and it was certainly going to spook them a little bit. Speaking of spooking, it's not really spooking, but the members of Mob Squad are starting to link up now. If you take a look at the map, you can see the other member that is not SDB House is starting to rotate around from the southwest, come up to Smithy's location. And I think they're definitely going to try for a push through the west side, though it has been kind of unsuccessful. I think they'll continue to hammer away at it, which can be a bit of a mistake quite often. Rotating around to the east side is also not going to work out too well for them, so maybe they're just going to have to try and go for it.
Yeah, the west side looks pretty strong, though. I mean, their defenders essentially harder on the west side, but we've got a firefight. Smithy and one of the members of Animal House going to trade shots. Steven going to get taken out there by Smithy.
It was in fact Silent Night over that western side. Not sure why it didn't pop up in the kill feed. That was strange, but
yeah,
such is the life.
I thought I'd just missed it pop up in the kill feed. I'm glad to hear you say that, though.
Yeah. All's well as ends well anyway, as Mob Squad, I thought they would continue around the western side, but maybe they're going for a pinch here. Nolomite coming in from the northern side. The smokes are coming out. Actually, really good smokes. That could distract them, make them think it's a southwestern push. Meanwhile, he just slips in from the north, takes down Inaka. That could be really good. I'm surprised he got such a long-range smoke.
Does seem to have BuxtonWater's attention on the ground floor. And a smoke comes out now from Smithy. Smoke. 2 smokes out. BuxtonWater's going to see it. He's going to put shots out. Nothing going to hit.
Meanwhile, Nolomite is continuing his sneak, coming up the northern side of the building. He's now inside on the first floor. If he takes down Inaka as running about the objective, he could definitely get a cap here. Though Inaka is getting very aggressive, starting to move up here, and a trade between 2 of them. Inaka revivable. BuxtonWater is definitely going to go for that. Though he does have to be very cautious of Smithy overwatching from the southern side. He may get taken down if he goes for it.
And he does. Smithy finding that last shot. Mob Squad get their first point, and it happens to also be on the Marsoc rounds. Normally we're trading Volk rounds. Today we're doing Marsoc rounds, Buxton.
Indeed we may be, and maybe that'll be a trend we see for the entirety of the match. Maybe it'll just be something for this specific map. I think sometimes it can really vary between how the teams play. If Green Theft Auto maybe starts slipping up a little bit. Maybe it'll go to more vault trading, because he's kind of leading Animal House here, along with also, say, Smithy on the side of Mob Squad, though it's a lot more balanced on that side.
Agreed. Yeah, both teams doing pretty well. STB House and Plots unable to pick up any kills yet in the game, but it's fine. It's still early. Of course, thank you all for joining us. If you have just tuned in, this has only been 2 rounds here on map number 1, Animal House and Mob Squad. It's 1-1 here on the map. So thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Indeed, your viewership is much appreciated, and I'm sure you appreciate watching the matches as well. These teams are always entertaining to watch. Most of the time, anyway. But thinking about the kind of performance of the teams here and how they've played in past, Animal House has been on a little bit of a bad way lately. They're on a 2-loss streak currently. They lost against Phoenix last league week. They lost against Stone Cold Killers 2 league weeks ago. So I don't think they want to go for a anti-hack trick here. Are you there, Sleepy?
Yes, I am. Sorry, my mic was acting up on me there.
I heard a strange beep there, and it seems there is a restart as well. Oh no. The enemies, the members on the side of Marsoc Animal House have given away their position by firing at the end of that round. Mob Squad having some unknown technical difficulties. Maybe a guy didn't hop in. That could definitely be a possibility. But again, since we have some time yet again, we can think about these matches yet again. Again, I said, I don't think Animal House will be wanting to go for an anti-hack trick here, so they're definitely going to be fighting some tooth and nail here to make sure they can claw back this match and end this season on a positive note.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're going to see a very strong Animal House here today because they've on a bit of a losing streak in the last 2 games, unfortunately for them. And so I think they're going to come out strong and really try and push it against Mob Squad here, who's also been kind of working very hard all season to improve and sharpen their blades, if you will.
Absolutely. And with that northeastern spawn, Mob Squad is aware of that spawn, so they are going to be very careful. Though if these smokes are on point, it shouldn't really be an issue for them either way. Some suppression coming out toward the objective. Smithy going to be a little bit cautious now. Though he is popping off that suppressive fire, and that could be good. Enaka getting taken down by Plots. This could be a really good way to stop the eastern push here. Maybe they better take down 2 in just a minute here, depending on how Plots decides to continue to play this.
Animal House's secondary push through the center not going so well. Steven tossing a smoke, it gets stuck in a tree. Silent smoke, pretty good. It's now going to be relocated though. Smithy going to come out to relocate it. It's now back into the main bazaar. The approach smokes have now been kind of lost. Green Theft Auto is going to be sighted out, but he's going to actually grab Nolamite up on the balcony. He's going to be a revivable. Smithy coming out. He's going for the revive. This could be bad. Green Theft Auto is almost on the objective.
He could just walk straight up. This is no way this is happening. He's actually going to go upstairs. They should know he's right next to 2 of them now. He's got to take down both of them if he wants to try for this objective. But no, he missed both of them somehow.
He should have went for the. Had he gone for the cap, I believe this round would have been over. He's going to drop in and find 2 right behind Semper. Semper's not going to see it.
Semper, Green Theft just walked straight past him, and it took him about 5 seconds to react. What happened there, Sleepy? I'm kind of just spooked. A team kill as well.
Speaking of what happened there, I have no idea, but I cannot believe Green Theft just got that double kill right in front of Semper, basically. But I also cannot believe he didn't go for that cap. That cap was completely a gift to him from Mob Squad in their reversal for the revive. Oh, man, it's a shame that he didn't go in for the cap and he went up there. I mean, but still a great play overall.
Yeah, absolutely. But speaking of caps, Animal House does still have a chance of going for one here. They do have a Silent Light coming in from the blue room on the eastern side. That's a dangerous angle as he could take down our Semper. And then it's just SDV House. And he is somewhat far from the objective if they have a fast capper on the side of Animal House.
Yeah, and it's not so much even the exact distance from the objective. It's the route that he's going to have to take and the distance that's going to add to his route and the time that's going to take to get back to the objective. He could be close, so close that he could spit on it, but if the route that he had to take to get out of his location, oh no, and there we go, Box Toys. He's getting the kill on Semper on the objective. It's wide open now. STB House still not in motion. He's come in now. He's got Silent Night.
He's going to try and go for Box Toys now. Box Toys, though, he's on the objective. SB House has heard this. He's trying to go for him, but no, it's a trade between them. And that's Mob Squad that take that. I feel like Animal House was almost robbed of that. That was a pretty nice comeback from Mob Squad, at least, though. I got to say, if Green Theft Auto hadn't squandered that chance of the 2-story, that could have been a very quick cap, relatively.
Yeah, wow. That was a great Marsoc push from Mob Squad, and STB House just kind of throwing that back in our face, huh, Buxton, about not being able to get back in time. He just managed to clutch the entire round for his team. But yeah, I mean, I think great play on both sides, but I think Marsoc technically deserved the win if you just judge it by the play about what happened. But good job on both sides there. Man, this is a good series.
Absolutely. I think we are going to see more rounds like that, though. Occasionally during those like 3-2s, 2-4, 2-3s, I think they'll definitely have stuff like that pulling out of the bag of the black hat of magic skills that occasionally you do see Animal House pull out of, like the nade against Legionnaires on Suburbia, the rush, the 4-kill. It seems to be a common theme for them to just pull stuff like that out occasionally.
Well, we will see. That is for sure. Still
Indeed.
waiting on both teams to ready up. Almost done with that auto start timer.
Almost. Do we have enough time to check a replay quickly? That's what I'm thinking. No, we do not. My question has been answered.
No, we do not.
Fourth round.
If I see the auto timer has not started us, I will let you know and maybe we can run through one.
Good to hear then if that is the case. I feel like I don't manage to get through enough replays lately. Teams are always just on the ball, ready for the rounds.
Yeah, I find especially when I'm by myself, grabbing the replays and getting them in are a bit tougher, but when it's a 2-man run, it's usually a bit easier. Anyway, Mob Squad getting the quick west spawn, and Steven gonna get one of them right away. STB House taken down.
Plots as well, taken down by Steven. He's pretty ecstatic about this. He's already sighing in just relaxation. Our Semper taken down, or rather, our Semper taking down Box Toys with a headshot. Pretty long range, it seems, as well. That was on the objective.
Yeah, and a nice headshot to return the favor of Steven murdering his friends.
Enak is getting a little bit aggressive peeking that doorway. He did spray into the 2-story. Maybe he would have been able to take down the member of Mob Squad that's up there. Let's say that's Smithy. That would have been a good pick to get, but man, that would have been really dangerous if he knew he was there. But speaking of really dangerous, who is this up in the northern east side? Green Theft Auto on an insane flank. And he might actually take down one. He does take down Nolomite already. I think this is pretty standard Animal House aggression with one of the members.
Wow, and Silent Night gonna pick up plots over on the far western wall now. He's got a frag going out. It's gonna be no good. Our Semper gonna be trying to get the pick over the wall here, utilizing some steps in a pretty interesting way to get that angle.
I gotta say, that nade was abysmally close. Maybe a centimetre to the right, and that might have actually taken down Semper. And speaking of taking them down, Smithy was just taken out by Green Theft. This aggressive move is really working out for him, because now it's just Semper, all alone, damaged with no syringe and an AUG with a silencer. That is a pretty strong loadout, though.
Yeah, I mean, technically, he's just about surrounded, and just as we say that, Enacker grabs our Semper, and Animal House grab their next round, and we go back 2-2.
I gotta say, the Vault trading rounds, it seems to be the case so far.
Well, no, we had Marsoc trades the first 2 points.
Did we? Oh yeah, we did, didn't we? We talked about how that was kind of a break from the usual thing. I guess It was a change up then. We had the Vault maps, the Marsoc trading, then the Vault trading. Maybe it'll just go back and forth for the rest of the series. That is entirely possible. But now we should have time for the replay.
Yeah, there we go.
We still have this replay. I believe this is Green Theft here. He sees the members lined up, took down 2, ran past Semper. Somehow he didn't actually have his gun ready. Looks like he was checking his tablet, so he just came behind him, put a gun up to his head and took him down. Then STB House comes around, spooked by the gunshots on the objective and gets almost fully team killed. And if he hadn't got that res off, that would have been a loss for Mob Squad for that round.
Yeah, that that would have definitely hurt them a lot. But they were able to recover from it, and they were able to clinch that round. All thanks to STB House, making us both eat leather as he comes back to clutch the round on defense for his team.
Eat leather is a very interesting phrase. I don't think I've heard that one before, Sleepy.
Well, it's like, you know, putting your foot in your mouth. Do you wear shoes? Sometimes shoes are made of leather. No? Okay.
I think the eat leather though, that's an interesting one.
Fair enough.
Speaking of interesting things, the 5th round, or is this the 4th round? This is the 5th round, yes. Now this is very difficult, Sleep, as I'm sure you know.
That I do. It's even more difficult when you have to account for the caps. Remembering the caps makes scoring the rounds a lot harder.
Yeah.
Sometimes you forget.
Now this rollout of Animal House on the eastern side, seems they're almost all going along the eastern and central side, trying to get some guys up, ready in position in the central courtyard. If there is an aggressive push from Mob Squad here, it could be pretty catastrophic for them, but seeing Animal House all lined up like this is also kind of scaring me. One wrong bullet going astray could take down multiple people.
One in the very back of Bazaar. He's in the alleyway.
It was Silent Night
Yeah.
in the southwest there, providing some suppression fire.
You got some very nice info though, getting the sight line onto the guy on the northern west, though he has rotated around, that being STB House, so... Jesus, Steven, he almost blew himself up with a grenade there. Had to very quickly throw it away. Silent Night also rotating around, taking down Nolomite. Not finishing him off though, so that is going to be Smithy looking for the confirm, or rather the revive and the refrag onto Silent Knight's plot also going down from Green Theft. That could be dangerous. Smithy picking up Silence. Instant refrag from BuxtonWater and Green Theft also taken down on the northern side.
Yeah, that was a great play. Box Toys with a great refrag. Steven, though, just barely missing those shots on Smithy. That's unfortunate for him.
It is indeed. Now Arsember's getting pretty aggressive on the northern side, not paying off well for him as he gets taken down by Inaka, getting that kill confirmed as well. They're going to be going for that revive on Green Theft on the northern side. They do now have only one member left up on the side of Mob Squad. They do definitely stand a chance of getting a cap in here if they get the smokes right, and STB House isn't too big of a fan of running around the objective, but judging by this kind of positioning, he definitely will be running around the objective, making sure no one can get a cap. He should see Box Toys. He doesn't see Box Toys, and that is why he goes down. And Animal House, with that lead and going onto a Vault round, they may take this round and take the map.
That's it. Animal House is looking like they want to shut things down quick here and take the first map and jump out to the lead, but Mob Squad's not a team that's going to let that happen easily, so we're going to have to see how they attack this objective here next, and then we'll know what we're dealing with.
Indeed we will. Animal House, I think the western objective is probably the easiest to defend with, so with that objective plus the fact that they're 1 point up with a 3-2 lead, I think they can definitely take this, take the map, and continue their reign of terror on the following maps, because Green Theft and Inaka, they are ripping some serious holes inside of Mob Squad right now. 9-2, 5-2, those are some pretty nasty scores. Okay, Sleepy. Sleepy appears to have died again, so he needs a new microphone. Please start a GoFundMe for Sleepy's microphone, as he does need a new one, as it appears it breaks occasionally. Anyway, we do have some more notes we can talk about here. The Phoenix match and the Stone Cold Killers match from Animal House. 1 week ago and 2 weeks ago, those were some pretty close ones. It seems that Animal House kind of have a forte of taking very close matches. And though Animal House did not take Bazaar against Stone Cold Killers, that was a pretty rough 0-4. So maybe, or the other way around, they took Bazaar 4-0. So maybe they will be able to continue that and just take Bazaar here, because they do seem to be pretty competent on it. It is their strongest map. They've played it 11 times this season and won it 63% of the time, so they do seem reasonably confident on it.
And Animal House starting the round out with some nice funsies. They had to play Go Fish for their magazines from their supporting member.
Which team was it that has their chant of oysters in the main waiting bet? Which team is that? I can't remember, but it was very entertaining.
Oysters. I can't say that I've heard this.
It was very entertaining. It was a cast match. So, speaking of cast matches, Grief's Death was just cast live on Twitch. That may be against the terms of service, but regardless, he goes down immediately. That's not the kind of loss you want in such a short period.
No, and honestly, if we take a look at the overhead map, if that southwest push from Mob Squad can kill both those two members on the objective for Animal House, they could push in before the defenders can kind of react if they're coordinated enough.
That is true, but it seems they're taking it a little bit slowly, though. They do have guys pushing up on the north relatively quickly, that being Plot and Nolomite. I believe they're kind of a duo on the side of Mob Squad. Been on it quite a long time, I believe, since it was created. I'm not entirely certain, but they're certainly not new additions to the team, especially Plot. I know he's been there for the entirety of the team's creation. Regardless, Enaka is going to be the one looking for them on the northern side. He may be able to take down Nolomite. If he peeks out around the left, he should see him, but it'll be quite a hard to see shot. Beige against the beige of the sandstone walls, or rock walls, whatever they are. They're very large and they're yellow. Inaka does decide to finally peek around, check the north, but unfortunately, he's already moved off and he didn't spot him the second time when Nolomite peeked around the wall, so I think Inaka is going to be taken off guard by Nolomite's positioning at the hole in the wall just up front here. He's running towards it and he could definitely take down Inaka, because he didn't see him cross here. He shouldn't expect someone here, so he's not going to be prepared for any shots that may come out from here. Oh, how did he miss those shots initially? He gets taken down, punished because of it. STB House also taken down by Silent Knight on the Western Mini Market. He's also going to be contending with another member, another two members in fact, on the side of Mob Squad. They're both going to be looking out for him, Semper and Smithy. I do expect a nade to come out here very shortly.
Yeah, smoke just came out from Smithy. They were going to start a push, it sounds like, but Silent taking down STB House as a part of that southwestern push, and not really sure here how Mob Squad's going to react. Semper is now pushed up. They're suppressing Silent's position. Yeah, Semper's trying to get the angle, but I think Silent's going to see him first, and he does. He gets the kill on Semper.
Pretty vital double kill to get here. There is only one member left on Mob Squad that is not on the western side here. Is slowly moving into the western courtyard. I believe that is Plots. And you have Smithy appearing to actually go for the rotation for the revive. Steven, though, is going to be looking for it like a hawk. There's no way he's going to allow this to actually happen.
Yeah, there's no chance that revive will happen. Not with Steven's location, anyways.
Speaking of Steven's location, though, Plots is coming up for a flank with night vision on daytime Bazaar. Not entirely sure what his kit is, but regardless, he could take down Steven relatively easily. He does spot him just as he ducked down there. Going to be both hunting for each other. There goes Smithy, though, taken down by Silent. His position now going on the flank for Steven, not entirely useful. He's also given away his position by popping off those shots. Smoke's got, he's dropped both smokes unpinned on the floor. Butterfingers on the side of Plots here. That's rather embarrassing. I'm not sure how that happens, but regardless, he's in a very tough situation with no utility.
And there's Enacker to shoot him in the back as he runs across the street. Animal House going to grab the 4th round, and that's map number 1. Animal House is going to take the first map of the series.
My prediction came true. It came true, Sleepy.
Yes, it did. But we did get a good matchup, and that's what we really care about. Animal House doing a great job there on both sides of the coin. Mob Squad, not so much, unfortunately, today. But we'll see what happens here on the next map. Of course, best of 3.
We will. And just so we can give ourselves some time to think here, we're going to throw you over to a slightly newer thing here, just to see how it works out for you guys. And we will be joining you again in about 2 minutes' time. See you then. Alright, welcome back now. We are back in, we are ready, and we do have the second map ready to give out ready to tell you guys what it is, and that's going to be Suburbia for this second map. Kind of an expected pick. Suburbia is a favored map rather. It's not a team, a favored map of most US teams, so I'm not really surprised to see it though. Animal House, they haven't done well on it historically, but lately they've been kind of on a tear with it.
Yeah, you cast them just last week playing Stone Cold Killers, and Animal House playing very strong there, getting a lot of nice kills with frags and some aggressive pushes on defense. So we'll see how that plays out. But Mob Squad, also a pretty strong team on Suburbia as well. Nolamite, infamous for some of his flank routes on defense. And of course, most of those players being very seasoned players. Bluega coming from Phoenix. We're set to see something pretty interesting here. I think we're going to have another really fierce fight here on Suburbia.
I think so as well. One thing I do want to see more for certain is Silent Knight's nades. Silent Knight's nades and also the rushes that come out with them, along with Green Theft doing the same. They both have some really strong flanks on Volk, and I think we're going to be seeing some of that because it's worked out really well for them in past. Anyway, hopping into the first round of the second map now. Mob Squad, they are going to be on the offense for this. Burn the objective. This could be a very dangerous one for Animal House. It does look like they're going for a rush with these smokes. Don't know about you, but this is a signal.
Yeah, the smokes are going to come out early. It is the burning port objective. This is a pretty quick cappable objective, but you got Enacker coming across. He's going to find plots and free fire the wood, but he's not going to finish plots off. That's not going to be smart for him. He's going to need to finish him off in order to keep the information and the chance for the revive down.
So far, it doesn't look like that a revive is actually going to be possible because he's on a pretty hard flank here and the rest of Mob Squad's actually attacking the center house right now. Silent Knight's going to try and deal with our Semper. There goes Steven taken down by SDB House. A nice shot on the floor. Nonmar's going to have a tango with Silent as well. And it's going to end up with a trade advantage to Mob Squad. 3 men down on Mob Squad right here. Never mind. There's still 3 down. 2 down.
Wow. Green Theft's going to get the revive on Steven. Semper going to get the refrag on that, and then he's also going to pick up Steven as well. Mob Squad in a great position, though only down to 1. He's got 2 revive possibilities, and Mob Squad only have 2 members left, period.
They're going to pick that guy up at least. Oh no, he's walking straight into the Enaka trap. There goes 1. Refrag immediately.
Semper.
And now it is just that 1v1. Actually, they still have the other res possible. And they could get this. They could take the round. They could clutch it.
Absolutely. Plot's position definitely accessible to to Semper. If he plays it smart. He's got 4 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. He's got plenty of time to utilize. But I don't think Plots is even calling anything out. I've got my camera over near his body. I'm not hearing anything, but it doesn't matter. Our Semper are going to find Box Toys, and Mob Squad are going to take their first round, a Marsoc round on map 3. Or map 2. Yeah, map 2.
I gotta say, that was a pretty nasty angle coming out the end there. From the bushes all the way on the western side of the map to the cubby hole on the objective on the far eastern side. That is one you've definitely got to be cautious of. And I think that's one of the reasons that why people don't typically take that spot if they're the last one left on that objective. It does have good cover from the east and the north, but if the nade comes over or someone's on the western side, your life is pretty much forfeit.
Well, we'll see how Animal House respond to that.
I think they're going to respond with some more aggression on the exact same objective. I think we're going to see the kind of mirror tactic. Arseniper, I think they're going to have to take down reasonably soon because he's going 4-0. The damage he did that last round was pretty unbelievable. How many did he take down? 4. It's the first round. Yeah, I think one of them was also a double because they killed him, he got revived, and then they killed him again.
Semper really definitely having a good day on this map. Yes, he does. Yeah, no, that was Steven that you were talking about.
Yeah.
Steven got a trade with STB House. He called over Green Theft. Green Theft got the res on Steven. Semper killed Green Theft. Steven somehow survived that, came back around, engaged with our Semper, and Semper managed to get Steven again. So, tough engagement there. Semper doing well on his rounds here for Mob Squad.
Absolutely. And thinking about these two teams again, we did see it a 4-2 on the first map on Bazaar, which was kind of expected because it is Animhouse's strongest map, but both of these teams, they're kind of 50-50 on almost every single map, especially something like Suburbia, Quarantine, or something along those lines. It's almost completely 50-50. It's kind of uncanny, really. So I think both of these teams are going to take this all the way to the third map, and it will be a very, very close one. Though possibly Plots may cut his life short anyway. He's being so aggressive pushing up here. It doesn't work out either as he gets immediately taken down. Loigo also being pretty aggressive, or rather Green Theft is being pretty aggressive here. Also punished for it.
Yes, he is, and they needed him pretty bad. Steven, though, going to find STB House. Our Semper with the refrag on to Steven. Emacker, though, he's close to the objective now. There's no one on it. If he gets close enough, he's got some smokes here. This could be a cap attempt here. Here we go, Enacker on the push. Will he do it? Luega's coming in from behind. Enacker better go quick if he's going to do it.
He's not interested in checking the objective. Silent Knight taking down that western side, got a bit aggressive. But Arsemper, if he doesn't spot Enacker, he's going to get taken down. Never mind. Enacker takes down Arsemper. Luega is coming in from the flank though immediately. And that was a very quick second point for Mob Squad there. Just a minute and 7 seconds.
Yeah, that is the curse of the aggressive play. It can end things very, very quickly for you. Especially if the defense reacts well to your attack runs. It's usually It can or can't be a very quick round.
Indeed, it can, especially for the Burnley objective. But what objective are we getting next time? Let's take a look quickly. A northwestern objective on that white car. That could be an interesting one. I don't think you can really play it super hard or super slow. You kind of have to take a mixed balance between the two. But if you want to continue your push successfully, at least, maybe Animal House will be really aggressive on Volk. Maybe Moscow will hang back and wait for that. Maybe they'll also just counter aggressiveness with aggressiveness and try and take a super quick rush with smokes on the objective. I'm not entirely certain of what we'll see.
It's really hard to tell. This objective a tough one. Mob Squad, though, like I said, they like this map as well, so I'm pretty sure they've got some stuff planned. It's going to be interesting to see, though, what Animal House will do, whether they will play a more reserved, tighter defense on the objective, being that they haven't scored a single round, unfortunately, or will they play more aggressively like we saw them do against Stone Cold Killers last week, where they had some pretty decent rounds on defense.
Yeah. Anyway, into this, or is this the third round? Yes, this is the third round of the second map, Suburbia. One thing I'm kind of glad we didn't see is Suburbia 2, because some team played that just last night, and, well, the night before last, and that was an interesting one. Suburbia 2 is not something that's picked commonly, and maybe, just maybe, we'll see an uncommon pick like that for the third map as well, though I do kind of doubt it, because I don't really want to mess about with what could be the clinch map.
Yeah, it's like someone picking Subway as a caster. It's just not something you're used to. You have no cameras for it. And now that map's changed, it's even harder.
Very quick picks onto Greentheft. Silent getting the instant refrag, and he's going to be in trouble now. There's still more members. Arsemba takes down Silent. Some nades coming over as artillery on the eastern side. Unfortunately, not going to attack anyone, but more nades most likely are going to be coming out from Box Toys. At least I hope they are, and they could be doing some serious damage if he throws them soon.
Yeah, but instead, STB going to be the one throwing a nade. It's going to be a little too far, but Box Toy is going to be able to pop up and find him. Our Semper's now on his own in the far west right now.
Box Toy's got really risky peeking out there, but regardless, Steven is the one that takes down our Semper. And what is Mob Squad doing with the man in the back here, Nolomite? They have him way back in spawn, not entirely sure what his purpose is.
I think his purpose is to stop the defense from pushing around on a far flank, you know, because obviously if a team focuses on the west, they could send a defender on the eastern side and come around the south far and kind of come around behind the offense. So Nolomite, I think, is kind of a security deposit on the back side of the map to make sure nobody comes around on a flank.
It seems he has given up on that though now, and Bluega popped off a little bit of a smoke there. He had to redirect it initially. Must have been taking off his friend's corpse below him, and he's now going to be trying for Box Toys over the white car. One thing I've noticed about Box Toys here is that he's being super aggressive peeking this white car here. He's even walking straight out into the open when he peeks, which is kind of scary to see.
Oh yeah, here's another smoke from Bluega, and that one's perfect too, right on the objective. Box Toys is peeking, he gets Bluega.
Nolomite going to be looking for him though. Yeah, Box Toys saw him, he's called him out. The rest of Animal House going to be rotating around for it. Unfortunately, Inaka gets taken down though. The instant refrag from Steven comes out, and Animal House, they're certainly not letting this go to a 3-0.
They surely are not. Taking their first point, a Volk point on the second map.
Our Semper is certainly putting in some work here, I gotta say. 7-2 with 1 revive on the third round is pretty impressive.
Yeah, that is definitely true. 7-2, my gosh, our Semper on a roll tonight.
Absolutely are, but possibly this is where Animal House starts to come back here. I feel like it's a bit of a pattern, is that Animal House, they may lose the first couple rounds on like Suburbia, but then they'll just come back, they'll start getting their pace again, they'll start realising how to play Suburbia, because I don't think they start off with their aggressive flanks. It typically develops later on during the map, so maybe we'll start seeing more of Green Theft Auto, more of Enaka's flanks, things like that, because it has worked out really, really, really well for them. So if they don't exploit it more, I think that could be a huge mistake for them.
Buxton getting down and dirty with the details. He is the statistics man of the hour, this guy. He's got some unreal knowledge and statistics on the teams.
All I do is look through the VR Master League page. It's all on my notes here. It's just scores, that's it. It's just scores. Anyway, this going in the 4th round. Yes, 4th round. Quick mental math there. And it's going to be the mental math, sorry. I'm not American. Mental maths. They are going in now, that northwest objective. Of course, again, Animal House, I think they will be relatively aggressive on the eastern side. I think they'll just abandon the west. The west typically doesn't work out because so many defenders are positioned there in the first place.
Looks like Silent Knight might be heading that way just to maybe suppress the west and make them think they're coming this way, but it's not going to be good for him because Bluega's going to peek at the right moment and catch Silent Knight. Looking, Green Theft Auto maybe trying to get the refrag, but he's not quite in position for that. Bluega could find more. Nolomite going to pick up one.
Now the rest of Balance House is going to have to pick up the slack for those 2 dead members. Most likely Green Theft is going to be the one to try and take down Bluega, but unfortunately Nolomite picks up Steven. This is not looking good for Animal House at all. This is definitely going to go to a 3-1, though finally Bluega does get taken down, only downed unfortunately by Green Theft Auto, and maybe we might be seeing BuxtonWater go for Nolomite here. If he pulls out a nade or just goes for a push here, he could take down 2. Actually, the BuxtonWater didn't expect 2 of them here, and now it is just Green Theft Auto left up on the western side. And all of the information on the world is going to be called out by Bluega. He's in serious trouble. Green Theft can hear the call-outs. BuxtonWater is one, and Nolomite's going to push out and take it down. Green Theft Auto, and now that is going to be going to a 3-1. Most likely, Animal House will not take this map, and it's going to be a pretty brutal loss for them. I suppose Animal House, they just can't pull out that same bag of tricks, because so far, Mob Squad's defense on this map is looking really solid.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I was just getting ready to say. I mean, man, that Mob Squad defense just now just completely collapsed on top of the Marstock push. Just kind of smothered it, and then it withered away at the end. And congratulations on a great round there. That was a nice defensive push from Mob Squad.
Thinking about Mob Squad for a second, what happened to Smithy? Who'd they swap him out for? Let's check the roster quickly. So Smithy here, I got Logman, Bluega. Bluega was already in, STB House was already in, Plots was already in, Nolomite and R. Semper. Was Nolomite already in?
Nolomite?
Yeah, I'm not sure about him. I think he was swapped out for Smithy then. Maybe Smithy can enlighten in chat as to the reason. Maybe he's not too confident on Suburbia. Maybe he is. Maybe he's just not as good as Nolomite. Because so far, that may be the case if Nolomite was the one swapped out. 7 and 3. He's doing really well.
And thanks to the chat for all your support. We love you guys being here. We hope you guys are clipping your favorite moments. Of course, feel free to send those to us. We like to use those in those little intermission recaps that we just tested out with you guys on this cast. So we hope you enjoyed that, and we're going to try and work that in pending some more test runs.
Indeed. Hopefully every cast will be using it soon. It was very quickly just mocked up by me in the course of like a week. So it may be prone to issues. If you do see any issues that I don't manage to catch, please message me any issues relating to the casting setup in Discord or Twitch if you don't have Discord installed for whatever reason. There's some really nice names. That could actually take down Bluega. No, just a little bit too far. A little bit too close. If it had hit the bush, that could have been really good. Speaking of not hitting the bush, Enaka taken down with a pretty long-range frag there, coming out from STB House and some more smokes. This could be a really fast push coming out from Mob Squad here. Knight is going to get that revive at least. STB House rounds this corner. Not going to be enough, unfortunately, gets taken down.
One down, one down.
Now STB
Wow,
House makes
Silent
some
Knight,
backup.
that was a great play from Silent Knight. He got the res and got the kill. And BuxtonWater is going to get the kill onto plots over in the far east.
Semper also got taken down, I believe, with a nade or possibly a long-range shot by Inaka. Now, Bluega is one of the men left up on Mob Squad, and he's sitting by the western side of that center house. He's going to be in some troubles, that's for certain, especially because he has a member on both sides of the house, Inaka on the west, Silent Knight on the eastern side. So it seems that Mob Squad is going to get a revive here onto our Semper. Nolomai surprisingly not beelining for it. Oh, Bluega's in big trouble here. The revive does go off, but Inaka is looking for Bluega, spraying through the bush, and maybe Silent Knight's going to be going for a flank here. That could be an incredibly powerful move for him to pull off. He sprays through the fence, not really working out. He does take a hit too.
Oh, Silent Knight catches Bluega on the reload, and the Jizzy Juke pays off.
What happened there? They just stood next to each other. They stood next to each other and stared into each other's souls. Silent Knight does take our Semper down. He heals himself up. Now he's looking for Nolomite. He knows he's the last one left. He does trade with Nolomite. He's pretty happy with that too. Not sure what he's saying, but it's definitely happy sounds.
Yeah, that's definitely some excitement coming out from the team captain, Animal House, Silent Knight there. And a great round for them. Man, a lot of stuff going on back and forth.
Yeah, this is a very large trade, that's for certain. Well, a very consistent trade, that's for certain. You're having trades pretty much the entire time. I don't think anyone's actually really won out of trade fully, as in they take down the enemy but get down themselves. No, I've got no idea what I'm talking right now. I've just spoken entirety of nothing but lies. Help me, Sleepy.
I tell you what's not a lie, Buxton, is this is one heck of a game. Both teams showing well here on both maps we've seen so far. And here we've got Animal House making a comeback here on the second map. They did take the first one, just squeaked that one out. Mob Squad scoring well and playing well there. And now they've got a 3-point lead. Animal House having to come back from that. Now they're on the attack. We've got Garage objective in the south. And this is a tough one to attack. So if anything, I doubt we'll see a cap here. We're more than likely to see kill point wins.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. That garage objective can be really rough to attack. I haven't really seen an attack like that that can successfully take down the garage objective in quite some time. It's almost always gone to kills around the central side, the western side a little bit, and mainly that eastern kind of playground side, because that's where all the action on Suburbia is. It's certainly the focus for the map, that's for certain.
Yes, that central point is basically the DMZ, but there's not a lot of demilitarization going on there.
It's full militarization zone. That's what it is.
It's the FMZ.
FMZ, yes. Someone make a team called that in the VRML, I will pay you. I won't really, but I like you, that's for certain. Shots already ringing out from Enak and also BuxtonWater. They just massively suppress that eastern side, but their main push is coming through the center and the west. They will have to be cautious of Bluega and STB House, as Bluega already takes down Enak. He is resable. Most likely Steven going to go for that very shortly.
BuxtonWater is on a nice little push.
Oh, STB House has such a good position on Green Theft here. There is no way Green Theft will expect that position. He's being so sneaky about it as well. He peeks out, he takes down Green Theft Auto. Inaka definitely going to be the next threat that STB House is going to deal with. Unfortunately, it's the other way round actually. STB House gets taken down by Enak. I'm surprised he managed to get that shot off in time.
There's a front yard.
Oh, it's Bluega on the black car rather. And BuxtonWater's actually trying to move up to the burning building alone. He's going to have to deal with Nolomite. They're on other sides of the sandbags. And it's BuxtonWater who wins out there. That was an incredibly close, almost trade. And now Bluega is most likely going to be trying to push the center house, or maybe even go for a flank on BuxtonWater. So I know was taken down by Semper. BuxtonWater is taken down by Bluega. Battle of the Bees. Inaka takes down Plots as well. Now it's just 2 men left on Mob Squad.
I can't believe this. Bluega, he came out of nowhere on that refrag. Stevens, though, he's going to hear Bluega coming in, and he takes Bluega down in the back. Now it's 3 members of Animal House, technically 2 and maybe a half. Silent Night over in the far side by APC. And all of Mob Squad is just our Semper. If Steven can keep him distracted, Enacker in the east is going to be able to push out and maybe get underneath him and possibly sneak in, but it appears our Semper is going to be now watching that side. Yes, he does, and he takes the shots right as Silent Light comes up.
Oh, he knew the course was there, but he wasn't sure exactly where it was due to the trees obscuring the view. Semper did take a hit there through the trees. That could be dangerous. Inaka getting taken down by Semper as he tried to push up there. Now he is going to be looking for the remaining 2 members of Animal House. It's going to be a tough battle for him, though. They're both suppressing the windows. Silent Night pushes up, gets taken down, and now it's a 1v1. His clutches from a 1v3. He could fix this round for Mob Squad.
Wow, yeah, our Semper doing justice. I think Silent Night might have given a bad call out, and Steven!
He clutches it, though. He's apologizing to Silent Night. He's patting his head on the virtual floor there. That could have been a massive clutch.
I'll even say it for him. Abracadabra, he saved that round with some magic. That was a great shot from him. Wow.
Yeah, that shot single-handedly, I think, saved that round. Well, it certainly saved the round for them. I gotta say, I think he shot over the tip of the APC there, which made it really, really hard for our Semper to see him due to the tree cover and also the cover of the APC, because obviously beige on beige, one small beige protrusion is not a particularly suspicious sight.
No, it's not.
Now, taking a look at this scoreboard, our Semper and Dolomite, my god, they are seriously dominating. 9-4 and 9-5. That's 18 kills between the 2 of them.
And then you had the 4 that Bluega's got, and that's 23.
Have you ever seen 18
22.
kills between 2 people in one league map?
Not typically outside of Globochem.
Globochem, I think, are a special exception for pretty much everything.
Yeah. Maybe danglers or SMC or beginners every now and then. Yeah, I mean, everyone can occasionally do it, but yeah, it's a very rare sight. I will give you that. And man, those 2 are going off here.
Yeah, they've been doing some serious damage.
But the kills on Animal House side also pretty good. I mean, they're pretty evenly spread. 6 between Enacker and Steven, 5 between Box Toys and Silent, and 2 for Green Theft. I mean, the team's kind of holding its own weight as well, so.
Yeah, they're certainly not the only ones pulling their weight on the team here, though they are certainly overshadowing the rest of the team with the kills there. Animal House, they have the advantage, though this is a tank objective. This could be so dangerous, but they do, of course, have that advantage of just being on defense. Though we did see the Marslock trades at the start, and the last round was a Marslock round, so maybe Malt's got to kind of going to continue this Marslock Volk trading pattern.
Well, Animal House has put themselves in a great position here. They are, it's map point, and they are sitting on defense. They have to play it strong, but Suburbia is a small map for 6 minutes.
Indeed it is. They've already lost 1, and so have Mob Squad. Animal has actually lost 2 already. It looks like it was a trade on the eastern side. They've lost 1 on the west and 1 on the south, actually. That is definitely not what they want, though luckily, that's probably the best position they could lose under the circumstances. Most of Mob Squad is not on the eastern side, and the western side can mostly be abandoned as long as you have someone watching that road to make sure they can't cross over.
Yeah, the gentleman in the east, the 3-man team in the east, they're making some pretty good progress. A frag comes out. Loiga finds Box Toys.
Now Silent's on the flank. He could take down 1. He takes down Dolomite. He's going to be looking for the rest. If he goes around this corner, he could take down Stab House. He doesn't. Loiga gets taken down by Steven as STB House. He does go around the corner again. Unfortunately, not a trade though. Silent is really good with peeking that corner, I gotta say. It's worked out very nearly every single time, except for obviously that time there. But now this is a 2v1 Animal House. I think that the tables have rapidly turned for them.
Yes, they have. And our Semper moving in, and they have the pinch available to them. A little distraction one way, a lot of heavy smoke from both sides. And you got a kill, but our Semper said, you know what, I'm going to go in and take it. He grabs the kill, Mob Squad grabbed the map, and we go to 3 for the decider, Buxton.
I think as predicted by pretty much everyone, 10 kills from our Simper there, 9 kills from Nolomite, and 6 kills from Bloega. That is a very respectable score. I think that went to a 1v1 or a 1v2 almost every round. That was pretty absurd to see. I think the first round was the only one where Mob Squad had pretty much all of their members alive. Well, not all of their members, though. I believe had 2 or 3 alive by the end of it.
Yeah, the kills in this matchup actually pretty crazy. Silent Knight and Steven both ending up with 7 there themselves. But yeah, our Snapper in the double digits there, playing amazingly for his team on the second map. And it's going to help because now we're going to 3 for the decider.
Indeed we will, and we will return after a very short 2-minute break. And hopefully this should be a very, very exciting final map. We will introduce it to you when we are ready. Goodbye for then. Alright, welcome back. They appear to have started without actually checking their messages, so we are going straight into cargo. No time to introduce it, but if in case you've forgotten the bands, that was Tanker from Mob Squad, and we also have Quarantine from Animal House, and they're playing very aggressive straight off the bat on the side of Mob Squad here. Nolomite already taken down Silent Knight. It's a very good pick. Taking down the captain in the first 5 seconds, or 15, is always good.
Green Theft and STB House right on the other side of the thin aluminum walls here. STB House got to make sure he doesn't give away too much. Green Theft, though, he's going to grab a kill on Nolomite. And STB House is going to know he's there now.
A nade from, who is that? Box Toys takes down Plot as well, right next to the objective. There's now only 2 men, or rather 3 men, left on the side of Mob Squad as they take down another on Animal House. This is evened up again now. It does seem that Bloega is going to have to be, or rather Enaka is going to have to be pretty careful on the eastern side. STB House is in a really good position to go for flanks here. Green Theft does finish off Plot, and Bloega gets picked up by Box Toys. Now only 2 left, evened up yet again. STB House going to be trying for the flank here. And the FPS has died all of a sudden. Enaka getting taken out by STB House, and he's going to be looking for another one on the western side. And there he goes, Box Toys taken down by our Semper.
My frame's taken down by this matchup. Man, what a round. I thought Mob Squad actually Animal House actually had that one, but Mob Squad's defense, primarily Semper, getting that kind of clutch position underneath that doorway, really helping out the Mob Squad defense and turned it around. They're going to take the first point and move on to attacking.
Well, I think Mob Squad could take this reasonably well. They had they have the momentum from the previous map where they it was trading to a 3-4, but they have the momentum of being able to take that map overall in a really close kind of trade. But the rest of the members of Animal House, they should still be in a relatively good way. They're warmed up from their previous maps. They've certainly not been playing badly for the rest of the series. So if they just pull off 1 or 2 good plays that give them a round or 2, they could take this easily, I think, on the side of Animal House and just defy my initial prediction.
I think if the history of this series has taught us anything, they're going to go the distance. And no matter what happens, we're going to be looking at a good fight now.
Indeed, we will. But either way, who comes out on the other end, it will be a pretty important decider for the position of the teams in the standings. If we take a look at the standings very quickly on my end, you won't be able to see any of this. Animal House is currently sitting at the number 11 slot with Mob Squad at the number 12 slot. They are tied for MMR at 1-2-30, and whoever wins this, maybe by if they have some kind of incredible stroke of luck and they gain 20 MMR, they could take themselves into the top 7, and that would be a sight to see. If they manage to steal a slot from someone and put themselves into the top 7 by sheer luck on this map, by some incredible margin of the MMR system where they got 20 MMR for a close match, that would be interesting for certain.
Yeah, well, we've seen some last-minute shakeups to the rosters before. G-Men pulling off a clutch win, I think, at the end of last season to get themselves into the qualifications for the very last Leicester event. And knocking out some other teams. Yeah, so everyone was watching every game, I remember, at the end of last season, and it seems we kind of have the similar situation going on this season as well.
Indeed, it seems so. Looks to be the Animal House game pretty aggressive as it doesn't work out. There is a trade between Enaka and STB House. Silent Night also takes down Plots. Instantly team killed by Green Theft Auto as well on the western side. That's so unfortunate. He was in a really good position to actually go for some attacks here, but denied by his own teammate, alas.
Green Theft Auto is going to push out really hard. Him and Luega are side by side. Green Theft Auto going to grab the kill there. He's going to be able to push up kind of in the backside of the defense. If he pushes a little bit slower, he'll be able to do so without anyone
Arsem's going to peek on
up.
Green Theft here. He's going to take him down for certain. Never mind. I'm not sure how Green Theft was kind of ready for that to such a degree that Arsem didn't pre-fire it, but he was. He took him down, and so far, unless there's an incredible clutch, Mob Squad are taking this round. I'm calling it now as a prediction.
Animal House, you mean?
Yes. Other way around,
like,
you know.
Oh man, you're really confident in Mob Squad. This 1v3. He's like, I don't care what happens, Mob Squad's taking it. Like, okay, but all right.
I'm very optimistic about Mob Squad's chances here.
Yeah, well, don't put it past them, Nolomite. Definitely a great competitive shooter. And here
Was that a
comes
nade?
I think so. Yes, it was.
Instantly
No
dumpstered
effect.
itself into that oil patch.
Yeah, you know, they won't care about that. The extra shrapnel from the barrel, all that oil everywhere. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
They'll do the cleanup later on. Someone will, at least.
You know, there's a game for that called Viscera Cleanup or something.
That's where the Onward maps go. After every single round. They're paid exorbitantly.
But they have to clean up after your bloodbaths. You dirty animals.
Imagine a Globo Chem match. Whoa. Anyway, Nolomite does have plenty of time to maneuver now. 3 minutes 40. He's in the center with pretty much all of his team's utility to spare as they all died behind friendly lines. So he can do pretty much anything he wants here, anything within his ability. The rest of Animal House maybe going to be a little bit scared here. Green Theft was backing off from his standard position, watching over the center. So he does maybe seem a little bit scared of where the last man could be, because he's proning under. He could definitely take out somebody's feet.
Yeah. The problem is with Nolomite's configuration is he's not using a suppressor. He's going to find Green Theft, though. Now he's going to have to make some pretty quick moves because the rest of the Animal House guys are going to know and kind of key in on that position. And he's done just that.
Yeah, Animal House will need to rotate someone around from that northern east side towards the western side to try and lock them down. Make sure he can't smoke out the red container on the north and just push up to the objective. They want to avoid that. It does seem like Steven on the north there is rotating down to the objective, albeit quite slowly. But Nolomite has plenty of time. He can just bounce about the west and the eastern sides for as long as he wants, and then just push in as he desires in his kind of scenario that he sets up, rather than being forced by time or Animal House's kind of layout of defense here.
Steven getting a little interested in what was going on with the smokes. He's relocated. He's basically moved to the other side to ward off the attack, but Nolomite's kind of right across from him. I don't think he's going to see him. No, Steven is going to catch Nolomite out, and Animal House are going to grab their first round.
Steven celebrating yet again, high-fiving his teammate in true Animal House fashion, I think.
In true Steven fashion.
Animal House by spirit. By association, rather.
That's right.
But after Animal House took that round, and the Mob Squad's kind of aggression that didn't work out on the Marsok, I'm not entirely sure how this map could go now. I did say if they got one or two good plays, they could take the map. I was mostly thinking that those kind of plays on, say, Marsok rather than Volk. So if Mob Squad just slip up once on Volk, and Animal House keeps taking those Volk rounds, then they could definitely take this, I think.
Yeah, I agree. It's just, it's been going back and forth so much tonight. I can't put my dog in either fight. Like, I like Animal House, I like Mob Squad. They're both playing fantastic. I feel like if gun to my head, I think Mob Squad is gonna take it here on the last map. Sorry, Animal House, but that's just how I'm feeling.
We will have to see. Regardless of who takes it, it will certainly be a very, very good close to this season. A close matchup is exactly what you'd want to end off a season, though we still do have, I believe, one match currently going on, and that is going to be Magnificent versus G-Men. That only started an hour later from this one. Actually started 19 minutes ago, so it could be maybe at worst case scenario ending now if G-Men pulled out some incredibly quick caps every single map.
I see Animal House actually making a substitution on Cargo. They brought in the former Dangler Joe Mama. That could be a good addition to this map here. Dangler's doing pretty well on this map traditionally.
And they're bringing the Dangler's tactics into this map here. And this aggressive push kind of seems a little bit unlike Animal House here. Cloth is going to try and rush out here. He walks straight into Joe Mama. And also two other members of Mod Squad going down immediately. Joe Mama nades himself. Going to get instantly picked up by Sleeping. And oh my god, Green Theft is actually going for the cap right now. There is nobody on the side of Mod Squad to contend this. Green Theft is trying for a cap here. They do get it. Well, that was an incredible comeback from being tied up immediately with a close rounds. And now they're 2 points up.
Wow. They must have heard me and said, you know what, screw you, Sleepy. We're going for the cap, and cap they did. Holy smokes. I was still blown away by the whole Box Toys Joe Mama trading situation near the tunnel to not even see Green Theft. I mean, that round over very, very quickly. Only 30 seconds that round, a cap coming out from Animal House in 30 seconds there. Good job on their part.
Of everything I was expecting during this map, a cap rush like that was not something I was expecting. That was definitely Joe Mama influence right there. That's Dongler tactics.
It is the way of the speed.
Indeed it is. Man, that caps, I think, single-handedly has destroyed Mob Squad's chance of winning this map. By a long shot, unless they pull off some equally kind of aggressive strats here. I think Animal House will take it for sure.
I think Animal House has basically put Mob Squad in a corner. They either cap this to respond and get 3 points and defend so that they win it, or that's pretty much it. Because if they win this by kills, they get 1 point. They go on defense, they get a 3rd point. then it goes to 3, and Animal House is back on defense. So this is pretty much a cap and clutch it scenario.
Yeah, if they do pull that off, that would probably be something for the intermission screen. Any kind of clutches they might pull off.
Agreed. But Animal House sitting in a good position here on the the maths. Round number 4.
Yeah, don't worry about that, whoever was watching there. I totally didn't pull up the round 5 graphic. Oh, it's so difficult to tell.
The caps, man, the caps make it not easy to just reference off the scoreboard.
Indeed. And this is looking aggressive from Mob Squad 1, taken down 2 immediately by Green Theft Auto. And he's going for a flank here on the eastern side. He's going to have to tango with STB House here, but he could potentially take down many members of Mob Squad. If Animal House just try and push out here, this could work out really, really well for them. The nades are coming out. That's perfect. That nade's perfect. But how?
Maybe not.
How did that not kill STB House? I'm beyond confuzzled, but anyway, Silent taken down. They are trying to push into the center. Bloiga might get team killed by Semper here, but Joe Mama's here to take down Semper. It's a trade between the two. It's going to be a complete trade. Neither of them getting back up, and Green Theft going for this flank, finally taking down Bloiga.
Goodness gracious, Green Theft Auto. He is just on a rampage right now. He's just driving. I mean, he's running around so fast. He took down their shield within like the first 10 seconds of the round. I mean, he's just clutching this round out for Animal House, and all they now have to do is just wait on STB House to come to them, and they've clenched round or map 3, and it's over. They take it.
I think Animal House are going to have to thank Danglers after this for Joe Mama.
I don't know if Joe Mama was the exact reason. I mean, Green Theft Auto is really doing a lot of the point work here, but Joe Mama obviously finding a good home in the Animal House, a good transitional home after leaving Danglers for sure. Yeah,
absolutely. Green Theft, if he hadn't got that cap off, Mob Squad would still have a chance, but here, unless STB House pulls out a global chem tier clutch, no way this is going to be a comeback from Mob Squad. He has the time, but he certainly doesn't have the ability. I think you'd have to be inhuman to actually take this. Unfortunately, STB House is not inhuman. He's your average, above average, actually pretty good player in the VR Master League from Mob Squad. And Animal House will take that. And they will end that map kind of unexpectedly on a 4-1.
Yeah, they came back very, very hard there all in the last map. And of course that cap being very, very hard damage to the Mob Squad morale probably on the last map, not only and then yeah, of course they were forced into a position that they did not need to be in, and they weren't able to perform. Green Theft Auto just really the MVP of that last map especially.
He absolutely was, but man, what a series, Sleepy, what a series indeed.
So happy that we chose to pick up this map. I was watching the matches this weekend. I was, obviously looking at time because I know a lot of us were constrained this weekend. And man, this match did not disappoint. So I'm glad I could join you here, Buxton. Glad everyone could join us in the chat. It's just been a great way to end season 6 on the casting side.
Absolutely, but we will still have the championships of season 6 coming up in December, so we will hopefully see you guys then. It's been a pleasure for Animal House versus Mob Squad. It's been a pleasure casting with you again, Sleepy, and we will see all of you for that open qualifier, wildcard, whatever you want to call it, and the championships that follow later on in December. Goodbye, everyone.